Jacaranda FM, more music you love. My name is Tabiso Kambule, the Fresh Prince of Radio, and this is the SA Music Show. En soos wat jy weet, op die SA Music Show het ons gaste, and I am really honored to have this guest in studio today because we have a bit of a personal story. Maar voordat ons daar so by uitkom, laat ek jou voorstel aan wie hier so in die atelier is. So, Wikus Botma, welcome to Jacaranda FM.
Lekker Tabiso, dankie. En
but you're no stranger here because you've done Friday Live on Breakfast with Martin Bester.
Yes.
And how was that?
Amazing. Ek sit nou so en ek kyk hierdie stage en ek sê, I need to get back here.
Yeah.
Ek love hierdie stage hier, jy weet, it's just awesome. Ja, so nee, I'm no stranger to
Oh, wow, man. No, really good to have you. Now, hoekom ek sê, ek het 'n persoonlike storie, saam met Wikus is, I met you through a wedding.
Yes.
And you were singing at the wedding and then I was DJing straight after you.
Yes.
But it's quite amazing. Ek is nou nie 'n Simon Cowell of Sumizi wat hierdie goeters kan sien nie. Maar like I looked at you and I'm like, in hierdie lightie gaan dit ver maak.
Ah, man.
And look at you now. Look at you now. But hard work though, from the days of you entered Idols when you were 16?
16, yeah.
Yes, yeah. From those days to now, hard work.
Baie. It's not a walk in the park, because jy moet altyd yes, jy moet net persistence, resilience, you know, just like always keep going. Daar was baie tye in my lewe wat ek gedink het, maybe I should try something else, but then I'm like, no, don't listen to that voice, and just keep going. And kyk waar ons nou, jy weet, is nou 'n paar jaar later. So I was 16 when I did Idols, and 2011, I matriculated 2010. 2011, I just sak en pak Pretoria toe getrek with nothing, and I was just like, I'm gonna make this happen for myself.
In jou polo.
Ja, in my polo. Ek het die storie die ander dag vir iemand vertel, dus besef ek, wow, crazy. Ja, so alles net gepak en ek wil actually vir jou vertel vinnig. Wat gebeur het is, ek het vir my ouers gesê, ek sou TV en radio presenting gaan swat het in Durban.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So, ingeskryf, alles, die eerste paar fooie betaal en stuff. En toe, so maand voor ek nou sou Durban toe trek en verblyf daar kry en daar gaan studeer, toe sê ek vir my ouers, yes, maar ek wil eintlik sing, ek wil net iets try. Toe koop ek 'n vliegtuigkaartjie Pretoria toe. Ek het toe 'n vriendin hier, Tannie Lenet Beer. Sy's 'n amazing inspirasie. En sy sê toe, nee, ek kan by haar kom bly vir die naweek en dan doen wat ek moet doen. So ek het in my kamer toe ek een van daai, jy weet daai ou headsets wat mense gebruik het vir Skype back in the day. Hy het so een oor en dan het hy die mikrofoon.
Raak ek nou lekker nostalgies. Yes,
ja. Ek het daai ding so in my ou PC ingeplug en toe neem ek 'n paar songs op wat ek geskryf het tussen 13 jaar oud en 18 jaar oud, jy weet, in daai stadium van my lewe. En ek het so 4 songs opgeneem en ek burn dit toe op 'n CD, jy weet. Daai tyd. So klomp CD's geburn en ek kom toe Pretoria toe. En ek sê, ek gaan Google studio of music recording studio of music label, wat ek al kan kry, en ek gaan hulle almal toe ry en vir hulle hierdie dingetjie gaan aflaai. En dis wat ek gedoen het, vir die naweekie opgekom en al hierdie CD'tjies gevat en ek het dit net so gaan aflaai by enige plek wat ek kon vind. Ek het niemand geken of wat ook al nie, net gehoop vir iets om te happen. En ja, so op die einde van die tweede dag toe ek soos, ja, ek het seker al by 20 plekke gestop, maar kom ons kyk nou maar wat gebeur. En die laaste plek waar ek toe hierdie CD aflaai, on the way back, toe ek in die kar is, toe kry ek 'n oproep en die mense sê toe, luister, ons het nou goed geluister, ons wil graag vir jou 'n kontrak aanbied. En ja, toe is dit
what a story.
Daai tyd, there was Two Brothers Entertainment was die label se naam, maar daar was 'n ja, ek was soos, okay, ek ken nie hierdie storie en alles en hoe dit werk nie, maar I mean, ek kan dalk 'n kontrak hê, jy weet, en ek trek toe Pretoria toe met soos alles wat ek het in die Polo gepas. En my ouers het my so support. Dit was ons enigste kar. Maar my ma het gesê, "Vat die kar, gaan doen jou ding. Ons sal will get by." En ek dink my ma het gesê sy sal werk toe stap as sy moet, jy weet, maar hulle sal 'n plan maak. Hulle was just take this en ek was soos, okay, cool, ek kom hier na toe. En ek bly toe by 'n paar mense wat ek nou maar so ken en ek het my opblaasmatras vir omtrent 6 maande op die opblaasmatras geslaap tot iemand gesê het hulle het vir my so ou army bed wat hulle vir my kan gee, so swaar ou enkelbed. Toe kon ek daarom op hom en dan die opblaasmatras bo op hom slaap. Maar that's how everything started. En toe het ek net uitgegaan en gigs gaan soek. Elke pub na hulle toe gegaan en gesê, kan ek hier kom sing? Ek het in die pubs ingestap met my gitaar, 11:00 die oggend wanneer hulle oopmaak. Dan sê ek, waar is die eienaar? Dan sê hy is hier agter, dan sê ek, roep hom. Dan kom hy uit, dan staan ek dan sê ek gaan vir jou sing en jy gaan vir my 'n gig gee. Maar as jy nie wil nie, is dit okay, then I'm out of here. Maar ek begin aan sing en hulle sê, okay, cool, kom speel vir ons.
Man.
And that's how it started.
Because I love your story. Do you know why? Because I think, en dis wat baie mense vir my sê, en dan voel ek so geïrriteerd en ek voel baie in my studio getouch, man the pan. Maar hulle dink dit is maklik. Hulle dink jy kan net instap by 'n plek en begin sing and you'll get a record label and whatever the case may be. Jy kan net by 'n radiostasie instap omdat jy 'n mooi stem het en begin praat and then you'll have a job. Yeah. And it's not like that. You have to put in the grafting. Baie mense weet nie dat Jacaranda FM vir my 4 keer nee gesê het voordat ek hier so kom sit nie. Ja.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love
yeah, so
it.
presies dit, and that's why I love your story, because it shows exactly what you said, is the persistence and literally just being consistent.
Yeah.
Die heeltyd, what absolutely amazing is, because originally you from Empangeni.
Yes.
And your parents still stay there.
Yes.
When you look back at those days of being in Empangeni, would you ever actually go back?
Wanneer laas was jy in Empangeni? Do you know it gets like 200 degrees there?
Het ek jy 'n moeilike situasie geplaas daar?
Nee. Ek love my hometown en kan ek vir jou sê, I will not take that back for anything. Like where I grew up in Pangani, that's who made me who I am today, and I love that little small town. I won't go back. I'm going to put that out there. But I do love what Mpangeni gave me. And because
the foundation, yeah?
The foundation, man. And I was in one of the best schools in our country. It's called Mpangeni High School. So maklik is dit. Maar gaan kyk nou wie is die nommer 1 koor in ons land nou.
Sure.
Check Mpangeni Hoërskool, check die marching band. Ek het al daai goeders gedoen. That made me into who I am. The marching band, the choir, the Zululand Eisteddfod that I did, everything, just all the opportunities that came from, because the music department there was so amazing and they looked after me so mooi.
Story.
And then, yes, so I was actually, another thing I gave up when I left KZN to come to Pretoria to do my singing thing is I actually got into the KZN youth choir. So I'm a choir boy. I love singing choir, love choir music, love harmonies and just people getting together and having all these different parts and stuff. But anyway, so KZN was this in my bloed, Zululand. But it meant so much for me to just have that support and that music thing, the culture thing that school gave me was just such a big part. But yeah, I do go back there once in a while. I was there the other day and I did my first Wikus Botma show where people bought tickets and stuff. It was now like maybe 4 months ago. And I think we had about 400 people or so that came.
That's amazing.
And that is amazing because I've done shows for 10,000 people, 20,000 people, but that's at a festival where there's other headlining acts and stuff, and I'm just one of the acts. That's cool, But when you do your own show and people bought
that support.
People buy tickets just to come and watch you, that is that's one of the best feelings ever. So that was amazing. So my hometown, I still love you guys. And yeah.
We're going to get to your song also in a moment. Stadig oor die klippe. That is going to be the breakaway track that we're going to play here on the SA Music Show. Voordat ons daarso by uitkom, gepraat van songs, right? The cover you made by Brandy Carlisle, The Story. So hy is natuurlik net so oor 500,000 views wat hy gekry het op YouTube op die oomblik.
Ja, ek weet nie, ek is nie seker waar hy nou staan nie, but it's
definitely like up there. But
yes.
The thing is, you got an opportunity to actually be part of an album of covers. And then what happened was that you could unfortunately not be part of it because they had to choose people that were in the States. Yes.
Yeah.
Maar Dolly Parton het daai rol gekry. It blows my mind. En skies, ek is nou baie conceited hierso, maar dink jy nie vir jouself, man, I'm on the Dolly Parton level?
That's crazy.
Ja.
when I saw that email, I was like, wait, what? They want me to be part of this album, and ek was so amazed. And ek het hulle to reply, even though I knew that it's not going to work for me, but then a few months later or whatever, I actually went to Google this album that came out, and I was like, oh, that's the song, and that's Dolly Parton singing it. I'm like, that could have been me. And that's so cool. It's like the craziest feeling ever, right?
No, I can imagine.
Yeah. So no, that song has meant so much for me. Cool story. 2 nights ago, was it? 2 nights ago, I did a wedding.
Yes.
And this beautiful couple that got me to sing at their wedding, what happened is they had this story about, long lost love. They were lovers in school, and then he moved overseas for like 25 years and then came back. And they reconnected. And
You're kidding me. What a story. Yes.
What happened is she told him, listen, there's this song, and Wikus has this version on, she said there's this guy, his name is Wikus, he's on YouTube, and he sings a cover of this song in his version. I love his version, and that kind of became their song, right? My version of that song. And then what happened is they were sitting having pizza at a pizza place in Brooklyn one night, and there I was just doing this little set in a restaurant, and I started singing, and she's like, no way, this is the guy, this is the guy that sings our song. And then that night they probably took a card or something, and I ended up singing at the wedding, and then I opened the dance floor on that song, and it was so amazing. Like, I love those stories. And to be part of something like that, to be part of a love story is, yes man, it's so humbling. So yeah.
Well, one thing that I know is definitely you love stories, because you love a series called The Rookie. And for me, it's quite amazing, because the story is all about someone who got divorced, and then later on, like literally in midlife, they basically got into a working force and a working place. Maar wat se les leer jy daar uit, dat jy weet dit mag dalk, you may think, alles is voorbij. I got divorced. Okay, party mense celebrate as hulle divorces, but I got divorced, and you get to a point of flip. Ek is 40 jaar oud. Hier stap ek nou in 'n werk, and will I be able to do it or not? How does that basically translate to you watching this series? How does that motivate you?
Weet jy wat, dit baie gemotiveerd, because we all have those thoughts. As ek nou kyk, Partykeer dan benye mens maar hierdie jong ouetjies wat soos in die bedryf inkom
100%.
En hulle doen hulle ding, en jy soos, ek sou gelike het om op 20 al, jy weet, daar bo te wees en suksesvol te wees en stuff, en dan dink jy, dan begin mense partykeer wonder, maar is daar nou iets fout met my, jy weet, ek's nou al 30 en wat gaan aan, is dit nou te laat? But that is the wrong mindset. Dit is nooit te laat nie. Dit is nooit te laat nie. Ek kan nou vir jou sê, as die ding is, as jy glo jy kan iets doen, dan gaan niks in jou pad staan nie. It's like if I think the book that I read, I love reading, and one of my favorite books of all time, it's called The Magic of Thinking Big.
Okay.
It's an amazing book, and one of the lines are, if you believe, if you say I can do it, the how to do it will develop, right?
Ooh,
and
wow.
And that is, it's true. It's true. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. And another book that I read yesterday about goal setting is, don't worry if you have the skills or you know what to do. Just start. It will come along the way. All the tools you need will come along the way. So, like, if you say one of my dreams is to become a singer, maybe you've never sung in front of people before, maybe you haven't recorded a song or anything like that, and you're just like, you know what, this is my dream, and I'm just going to start. I don't know where to start, but I'm going to start, and everything will come to you. You'll get the things you need along the way. So just start. That's the thing.
And because I love your story, man. Excuse you.
Nee, skies, en dis ook net wat ek wou sê van byvoorbeeld soos met The Rookie, it's like it's never too late. It's never too late. En ek het daai series toe ons hom klaar gekyk het, toe begin ek weer van voor af. Ek het hom 2 keer deur gekyk, so na mekaar. And it's just so inspirational. Maar nog 'n ding wat ek wil sê is ook, moenie wag vir iets soos dit om te gebeur nie. Moenie wag vir daai divorce of iets groot om te gebeur nie. Begin nou. Die beste tyd om te begin is nou, met enigiets wat jy wil aanpak in die lewe. And like I said again, just start. Ek sê nou ek wil president word. I have no clue. I've never gone into politics or anything, but if that's my dream, I'm going to start.
Man,
Yeah.
You love reading, I heard, and one of the books that you've also read is Motivation Myth by Jeff Hayden, I believe.
Oh,
How do you think high achievers set themselves up to win?
How do high achievers set themselves up to win?
Like especially you, because there had to be a setup that you also had to do to set yourself up to basically reach where you are now. This is the biggest commercial private radio station in South Africa, and you get to have an interview here. You've had the multiple opportunities of standing on big stages and performing, but you set yourself up for that. There's stuff that you did to get there.
Yes.
And what are they?
So the biggest thing is that you must just believe that you can. That it's so hard. I know it's hard to if I tell myself one day I'm gonna one day I want to sing in front of 20,000 people screaming my name, But if you say that and you already think, but am I good enough? Or if you doubt a little bit, you already failed. So don't even start. If you doubt yourself, then there's no reason in starting because you already failed. You're not going to get there. So you must always just believe, even though it is really hard or it seems impossible. Just tell yourself, I can, I will, and that is how you're going to make it. Like I never thought that I would be, like I'm so humbled that I can be here at Jacaranda again. It's like I love it every time I come here. It's like so surreal because I'm like, this is where I got from all this hard work.
Since yes.
All the years, and when I was younger, I would have never dreamt of being here or seeing the world. I mean, in 2015, I toured with Kurdaran to 3 different countries, man. He just phoned me one day and said, I need a guitarist and someone to sing backing vocals, and everyone's busy, and they all just said, try Wikus. And he's like, I don't know this guy, but I'm going to give him a call. He called me. I'm like, I can do it. And we went to 3 different countries, and I mean, that's like, it just didn't make sense in my head at the time. And the thing is that when stuff like that happens, don't stop dreaming big, because maybe a lot of people will say, oh, cool, so I've done this interview on Jacaranda FM. I was on Friday Live. A lot of people heard me live or whatever. And then kind of you kind of sometimes can get complacent in a sense. But it's like, keep on dreaming big. I mean,
ek love wat jy daar so sê, want jy antwoord hierdie een vraag. Ek het so 'n paar weke terug toe sê iemand vir my hoekom of toe praat ons nou oor Avicii en die gedeelte van hoekom hy so depressed geraak het, and he ended up of course committing suicide. But in an interview that they had with him, he said that the reason why he's depressed is because he's reached all of his dreams. Now he doesn't know what is next, and that resulted in him taking his own life. But I love what you said there, is to not stop dreaming. I was also very fortunate. I stepped into this space at the age of 22. It was all that I wanted to do. But I've never stopped dreaming.
Yes.
And that is very important. Yeah, man. There's something else, that is very close to your heart, and I love it that you're such an all-round amazing human being, man. You had an unfortunate thing happen where an Uber driver was delivering stuff to you, and unfortunately they crashed with their bike. And now, and now you're helping them to basically raise a bit of funds to get a bike again.
Yeah.
Right? Like the good-hearted South African that you are. Are you proudly South African?
Very.
Yes.
And I mean, that is such a South African thing to do. Like we love helping people, and like, that thing, people will tell you they try to move overseas, but they had to come back because when they walk in the street, no one smiles at them. No
one like, greets. No one's like an hello.
No one's like, hello.
Yes.
Just randomly. When you're in South Africa, I think it's weird for foreigners. They just randomly, the guy picking up cans along the way on the street or whatever, he's just like, morning. Yep. They're like, what is going on? And we just have that character. That's like the South African thing. And like, we just, I think we just yeah, we love to help each other and we love to be there for each other.
amazing.
And so yeah, it was a cool story. The Uber driver
Yes,
thing. Like
yes.
I was waiting for my stuff, and I was like, where's my stuff? This guy's just making up excuses or whatever. My wife said, no, let's just drive there. It's like 9 at night. Let's just drive. I can see on my app where he is, right? And we got to that point, and there's the guy next to the road. Someone drove into him and drove off. And he just didn't know what to do, you know. And we said, okay, here's our numbers, and let's take your number, and then figure it out, and let us know if you need any help. We went back home, and it was about maybe 11. My wife decided she's just going to phone him and see if everything's okay. And he said he managed to push the bike to the nearest garage, but he's still there. He doesn't know how he's going to get home or whatever. So we drove there and we got that bike on the back of my bakkie, and we took his bike to our house, and he trusted us enough to say, okay, cool. And we said, just get yourself home and we'll sort this out. And we got the funds together. My wife on her Instagram, she's got an amazing community on Instagram, got the funds together, and we fixed this guy's bike. And he came back the one day and he fetched his bike, and he trusted us and we trusted him, and it was just that beautiful thing, that South African thing where we just connect, and it's love it.
Yeah. Oh man, I love it. Your last vraagie wat ek vir jou het. Look, you are quite an adventurous person, and I know that there's one thing that you also still would love to do is go skydiving.
Oh yes.
Wat het jy al gedoen wat lekker adventurous
is? No vra jy my vas. I don't like.
Have you went bungee jumping?
No, that's on my list.
Bucket list.
Well, my wife and I want to go on a little vinnige holiday, maybe in the next month or two, down to the garden route, and I think we'll take a drive to, is it Blowkrans?
Yeah.
I have to do it.
Yes,
I have to do it.
Yes, I agree.
Because the thing is, I don't know how many people know this, but I do have a thing that they call ADHD.
Yes.
And if you go and look up some of the other people that has the same thing, there's a guy called Richard Branson.
Yes,
and one of his favorite things is to just be adventurous and crazy and skydiving, and there's a few other guys, authors and stuff that I love that also has ADHD, and they also love the skydiving thing and stuff. So I'm like, I think it's a dopamine hit, you know. It's like that's what you need, and then that will actually sustain you through the rest of the day to get you going. The one guy said he wants to go skydiving every morning because if when he's done, he can work for hours, you know. So it's that thing, and I love adrenaline. I love things that go fast. The other day I did the zip line thing.
Yes.
It's like 2 kilometers long or something. That was amazing. My wife will never in her life. She thinks that I'm crazy. She was. When I asked her to marry me, I actually got her to do a helicopter ride with me.
And then you asked her mid-air?
No, actually when we came back down.
All right.
I had this whole story. I told her, no, it's this restaurant that's offering helicopter rides now because they're in Harties, and they have a helipad there, and they just want to do something for advertisement, so they needed someone to make a little video about like a helicopter ride and stuff, and we'll have some champagne, but you have to look good, so get your nails done, and there's going to be a videographer and photographer to make a video of this thing so I can help out my buddy with the new campaign they're doing. And we went and we were in the air, and we got these people to take all the videos and stuff, and she thought we were making an ad. And as soon as we landed and they opened the hangar, it was this whole setup, and I went down on one knee, and but she was she's very scared for stuff like that, but I think she liked it at the end. I mean, we're married now.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, not only is Wikus an amazing artist, but soos wat jy nou kan hoor, hy's romantic ook. Vertel vir ons 'n bietjie van Stadig oor die klippe, like the writing process of it and just where that comes from.
So ja, dis 'n lekker enetjie. Ek het saam met 'n buddy begin skryf. Sy naam is Tian Ninaber. Hy het bietjie kom kuier en ons sit toe daarso by my huis en ons probeer nou dink aan konsepte en stuff soos dit, en die lekker ding is as jy saam met iemand skryf of dink aan 'n konsep, is dit gebeur wanneer jy praat oor random goeders, jy weet, so
100%.
So my een song se naam is My Nanas, and you know what happened? I was sitting with my label in Cape Town, en Wikus van Niekerk, hy sê toe vir my, you see man, my vriend, sy die girl wat hy date of sy vrou wat ook al, sy love Wikus se musiek en stuff en dit sal so cool wees as ons eendag 'n song vir haar kan skryf. Haar naam is Nanas. And then right there, if someone said, Nanas, that's a funny name because it's like, sweets or something that's lekker. And there the song just started. Like, jy is my Nanas. Jy weet, jy is my alles wat lekker is. And then we started writing the song from that conversation.
How amazing is that?
So the same thing happened with Tian and I, and we were talking about just random things. And one of the things came up that it was like my wife and I, it's basically our meetiversary, when we met in the pandemic. It's about 4 years ago now. And I was just reminiscing about that time, and what happened in that time and how we took things so fast. But we said, no, wait, whoa, slow down a bickie. We can't go that fast, but I'm so happy we did because we're doing so well still. And the song came about where who started with die klippe. It's that thing, that push and pull thing in the beginning of a relationship waar jy soos, okay, wag, stadig, kom ons vat dit stadig, maar eintlik doen jy nie, eintlik wil jy nie, but you're just trying to tell yourself, okay, ons vat dit stadig, van my ma het gesê,
I love how real this is, it's so real, yes.
Exactly, en so die song sê, ek hang nog aan jou lippe, stadig oor die klippe. It's like that contradicting thing the whole time, the whole song through. En it's beautiful. Dis wat stadig oor die klippe is. So dis daai lekker gevoel in die begin van 'n relationship. En as jy lucky is oor 20 jaar nog steeds daai lekker gevoel.
Nice. It will definitely still be there. Now I've seen you and wifey together and you are a beautiful couple.
Thank you.
And I can see that you are each other's rocks as well, mind the pun. So.
Yes. Dat was goed.
Wikus, jy moet weer kom kuier asseblief. Maar waar kry ons jou op sosiale media?
Die main enetjie wat ek gebruik is Instagram.
Okay.
Maar ek is ook oral doenig. Ek's op TikTok en Facebook en X en Threads en enigiets waaraan jy kan dink. Ek is daar. En ek post oral, maar as jy wil lekker volg wat in my lewe aangaan, ek's baie doenig op my stories op Instagram.
Right. En dit is Wikus Botma.
Wikus Botma, ja. Right. Botma sonder haar. That is I have to say it every time. Ek dink mense raak moeg vir my om dit te sê, maar as ek dit nie sê nie, dan gaan mense een of ander Wikus Botma van Sekunda vind wat nie ek is nie. So ja.
Man, ag nee, baie dankie. Kom kuier asseblief weer. We're going to be playing your track as a breakaway track, stadig oor die klippe. Dankie vir die kuier, dankie vir jou tyd. Dit was nou baie lekker geweest.
Dankie vir jou. Ons maak weer so.
Das hy.